Man, yo, man, told y'all I was going to be getting back at y'all, right? Well, first and foremost, man, I just want to start off by saying, man, just hope everybody just been around them good vibes, you know what I'm saying? You've been working on your 3Ps, you did. Positive progress production, man, because that's what we headed to, because that's what we need to be, you did. But today, man, I want to talk to y'all a little bit about, you know what I'm saying, something I found out, and it's something called the 5 gates theory. And the 5 gates theory basically are 5 reasons why the African continent fell. And basically, it's thought that the 5 reasons why the African continent fell was the same reasons why the African continent was a great nation. You know what I'm saying? The same things that led them to all of their wealth and all of their, you know, uprising and all of their basically educational advancements were all the same things that hope caused their demise. Meaning this, the 5 gates theory is thought of, a gate is thought of something basically that can open and close, you know what I'm saying? So basically these theories are basically closed because the situation of how it all went down, but they can be reopened anytime because the gate is, you know, swings back and forth. It can be open, closed, whenever, you know what I'm saying? But the 5 theories are this. First and foremost, they said that the diversity in Africa was the first reason that they said caused the demise. Meaning this, Africa is the place in the world where it is the most diverse. You know what I'm saying? Africa has so many cultures and subcultures and cultures involved in cultures that everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much everybody's different. And meaning this is how it basically led to the demise is this. It had no one, you know, pan African central identity. Everybody basically was on their own. So this caused basically, you know, it led to a lot of different things of war and people, you know, um basically going with what they believe, and it just caused basically it caused a lot of chaos, which it still does now. It still pretty much is the same thing over there now. It's just so many different cultures and subcultures and cultures that everybody has not even have been identified or found. But you need to know African is the place where civilization started. I'm sorry. So naturally, it should be the most diverse place. It is the most diverse place in the whole world. You're gonna contribute that to Africa. So then they said the second reason, the second gate theory was it was okay, human resources. Human resources are all the things that's plentiful in Africa they have to offer, and I mean the list is endless from, you know, gold and you know, gold, all any natural resource. Honestly, Africa is the place. You know, they got their diamond mines. I mean everything. You know, it's pretty much the abundance of where the natural resources are or were or however it is to be said. But basically, their resources led to their demise. I mean, it did make them the great. You know, the great. It did well. It did establish the great. You know, kingdoms and empires of Africa with, I mean, with wealth that couldn't even be measured by the average man. You know what I'm saying? But that ultimately led to their demise by this. People who see all this wealth and this abundance of things that you have to offer, naturally somebody's going to get greedy and they're going to come start taking it. So basically that's pretty much what they did. They saw Africa basically as the gold mine, and basically that's what they treated it like. So what they did, they went as far as just colonizing it so they can just have it whenever they wanted. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, you know, not even natural resources. I mean, I guess you can count the backs of the many Africans they took too. You know what I'm saying? I guess that was a natural resource they came and stripped off the land too. You know what I'm saying? So natural resources honestly led to, they said, one of the reasons of Africa demise. And okay, another reason they said was human error, meaning this, like I said, Africa is responsible for having many great kingdoms, I mean, and empires. And we honestly had some of the most moral and most, you know, most humane kings probably ever written down or written in a book. I mean, meaning this, Like I'm taking for like these people like okay when the Kush Empire came and you know wanted you know to take their land back and whatever and impose their religion. I mean they did exactly that, but what they did was you know they offered you know the people that they were invading, they offered them a position. They even gave them position of powers, and they treated them you know like human beings and citizens. Well, in the end, you know, this went on probably pretty. A couple Kush kings basically did it that way. You know what I'm saying? And basically, it led to the demise, to where people just basically, I guess, think of you as weak, and they try to just basically form an uprising against you. So that was one of the things, a human error. I guess what they wanted them to do was be more of savage people, like you know, like the other leaders that are wrote into the history of word, you know, and then maybe I guess people would have respected that more. So that led to one of the gates, you know, that the human error, you know, and honestly, the human error is just being humane, and I don't understand that part, but and so the other one is desertion. Desertion meaning this: the whole northern part of Africa pretty much is deserted now because it turned into the desert, and meaning this you know, at one point in time, the desert, it was green, it had land, it had animals, trees, you know, it was basically a beautiful green pasture. And then I guess over time and whatever the treatment of the environment was, it caused the whole green pasture to just form a desert. So that made the people of northern Africa had to push down and relocate, which means this: a lot of people, you know, lost their identity, and it also opened people up to not protecting themselves. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, you know, people could, you know, just basically walk down on you after the desert because you can't see them coming. It's like slim the borderline of protection, I should say. So that was a big problem. So they said that becoming, you know, the northern part of Africa becoming the desert. They said that was one of the 5 gates theories. I'm sorry. And the last one is not a big, you know, it's not a big, wow, you never would have thought it, is religion. Which in my personal opinion, religion plays factor to most countries and how they're built and how they're ran. You know what I'm saying? But basically, Africa's story, you know, as followed. You know, plenty of people tried to come and enforce their, you know, religions on said sets of different tribes or groups or whatever, and you know, a lot of it took, a lot of it different, a lot of it didn't, but it just caused, you know, it caused basically internal chaos, like internal, you know, problems, because you know now you're pushing all these different religions. You know, we got these, the Arabs came in and they pushed, you know, Muslim on people, and the Christians and, you know, and Europeans came and they pushed Christianity on people. So people are just, you know, they're all over the place, and what it did was basically cause religious wars. Everybody fighting to prove that their religion is the right thing, you know. And Africa, like I said, it was one of the places where civilization started. So, you know, it's been like the bread and butter and the mecca of just, you know, wars, harshness and chaos, religious wars, you know what I'm saying? So, basically, man, I just said all this to say, man, like I said, like that's their 5 reasons of why the, you know, the African economy failed, you know. And the whole situation, like, I mean, a lot of it makes sense, a lot of it don't. But now I can't say this, however it goes or however the scenario is, man. Now that we do know, you know, at least